So it's a Grape Explorer talking about today. So if anybody knows me, I'm all about discovery. And when I say that, I want to, if I find something that I think is really interesting, I want to bring it to the plate. And I think I found one here today. So this was a wine that on the recent trip to Anjou to the Loire Salon show, we found a producer which is in Anjou. And this is named David Fourrier. And David Fourrier is it's a new winery. So when I say that in France, new is relatively new, 10 years old. But if you're not familiar with actually where Anjou is, I'm going to show you right on the map. Because it's right here, right all the way to the top here. You see, and also you got the Loire River, which runs right through here. And Anjou is a very, very large area right here in purple. And some of the other areas that we talked about was Savagnier and Cortes de Chaume and Côte de Léon. But these areas of Anjou produce the drier style of wines. So this is 100% Chenin Blanc. And Chenin Blanc is the king of this area. It's the most underrated grape, I think, in all of France, if not underrated in Loire Valley, because people are drinking Sancerre, which I get it. Sauvignon Blanc is more in favor. But if you really want to try to venture out a little bit, you want to try to look at this wine, because Anjou, you can see the color. This is 2024. So this is fresh vintage. And so when you smell this wine, you get a lot of that orchard fruit. Now, orchard fruit, interestingly enough, if you think about it, if you've ever gone to a store and you go through the pear section, sometimes you might see a pear that actually says Anjou, pear. And when you smell this wine, you definitely get the pears. And when I say orchard fruit, you get a lot of peaches and nectarines. And it's really, this is a beautifully, like a tangy style of wine. When I say that, it's in a very positive way. But you smell all the different flowers too. I smell spring flowers. You get a lot of that iris and just beautiful scents. But so when we taste this wine, this is absolutely delicious. Very different than, of course, Vouvray, which is another Chenin Blanc-based wine. These are a little drier in style. And I think that if Americans get a chance to taste this style of wine, I think they'll love it, only because it's what I call, it's off-dry. It's not too dry. Sometimes wines can be very, very dry. And then it doesn't have that residual sweetness that maybe some Rieslings would have. So if you try this wine, I think you'll come to a happy place. Yeah, and I just want to spend a little time to talk about David Fourrier. So what had happened was I tasted close to 20 producers in Anjou, because they had an area that you could actually speed taste. And when I say that, I'm tasting almost 100 wines in less than a half hour. And when I go through these wines, and I find something, I actually spend more time on it, and then I dive into it. So out of the 20 Anjou wines that I actually ended up tasting, this was the winner. And I had to go back and I had to, introduce myself to the company, just to, find out. Boy, I want to find out a little bit more about this producer. So David Fourrier just started this property 10 years ago. He's an agriculturalist. He grew a lot of vegetables and fruits and things like that. But he took the plunge. And he's got an interesting motto that when you zoom in on this label, I want to talk about his motto. His motto is, forget that you don't have a chance. Go for it, because you never know. On a misunderstanding, it can win. And when I say that, we all know that it's tough to own vineyards today, especially from the Loire Valley here, where a lot of people don't even know this area. So it's quite a risk-taking or undertaking, but at the same time, hats off to David. I think that he has really demonstrated here that, you can just come out of nowhere in 10 years and produce a wine of this quality. And I'm here to tell you, these wines are fabulous. And I just wanted to at least comment that if you've never had a chance to try Anjou Blanc, send me some comments in the comments section. Hit the like button if you like this video, because we're really trying to spend more time discovering new wines. Again, this is Grape Explorer, always talking about great wines. And I think I brought one here to the plate today. This is Anjou Blanc from David Fourrier. Cheers.